Hey, I'm Ben with Penstock Coffee in Highland Park, New Jersey. We're a coffee sourcing and roasting company, and we also have a cafe. And understand that many of you are probably brewing coffee at home, perhaps for the first time, perhaps for the first time in a long time, or perhaps you brew coffee every day. Whatever the case is, I want to give you a few tips and hints on how to make coffee with an automated coffee brewer so that your coffee can taste as good as possible. Step number one is to preheat your brewer. Most coffee brewers don't get up to temp. This Bonavita Connoisseur is certified by the Specialty Coffee Association to get up to temperature. Regardless, you should preheat it. If for no other reason, then it will preheat your carafe. A carafe like this could stay hot for days when preheated. All you have to do is add a little bit of water to your reservoir and then turn on the button. So while that's preheating, the next thing you should do is weigh out your coffee. A lot of people like to use scoops, that's fine. We recommend using a scale. We recommend precisely 30 grams of coffee for 16 ounces of water. That's about 4 tablespoons, but depending on how dark your roast is, it could be more or less in terms of tablespoons. That's it, warming up. The next thing is we recommend you grind your coffee. This is a Baratza grinder. It's got burrs, not blades. The blades chop and they create dust and chunks of coffee that brew differently. Those chunks aren't gonna do much but give you very acidic coffee, and the dust is gonna give you really bitter coffee. So we recommend a burr grinder. Grind it up. It should be about the texture of coarse sand. I've pre-ground a batch within the last 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you begin to lose a lot of the flavor. This is done preheating, didn't take very long. And then we're gonna add coffee to our basket. And then we're gonna fill it up with water. Again, 30 grams of coffee will make about 16 ounces of water. Then when you're ready to brew, you hit start. We also don't recommend that you have a coffee brewer with a warming plate. It keeps the coffee nice and hot, but it also continues to cook it, which breaks down the acids in the coffee, making them more astringent. That's why day-old coffee can be quite sour. Instead, we recommend that you get a thermal carafe, like the one that comes with this Bonavita Connoisseur, and preheat it. Another thing that people often don't think about is your water. New Jersey's got pretty good water, depending on where you are. Certain parts of New Jersey have water that's really high in minerals. That's gonna cause your water to taste a little bit flat, and by consequence, your coffee. Most of New Jersey also has chlorine or chloramine in it, as well as other contaminants, and so it's well worth your time and a few pennies on the ounce to get distilled water from the store and a pack of something like GC water. What this is the right amount of minerals to make coffee taste perfect. You can get about 238 cups of coffee out of a single package. That will not only make your coffee taste great, but it's going to preserve the life of your machines. Coffee makers like this that heat up will break down more quickly when you're running water that's untreated through them. Coffee brewers like this should take about 6 minutes to brew a pot of coffee, depending on how big the pot is and how finely you ground it. It sounds like we're about done.